Welcome back to the Underground, where I talk about all things related to firearms. I don't promote any of these videos on my main page, so please like and subscribe, and it would really help me out. Today I have something really special. I have my trusty Glock 19 Gen 3 all stock, chambered in 9mm with a capacity of 15+1. I made a video about it here, where I break it down completely for the first time in 20 years. And I'm going to be comparing it today with 4 different frames. Everything in the video is bought or borrowed. I am not sponsored in any way. So thank you for watching, and bang those buttons for me. Now let's look at this Glock frame. The 3rd gen is easy to identify. With 3 pins and a small magazine release, it also has finger grooves and a minimal backstrap. The Glock 19 is probably the most popular Glock out there since it debuted in 1998. And the 3rd gen has become even more popular since its patent expired a few years ago. That means there will be clones. Now this is not a Gucci comparison, so no Stoeger, Shadow Systems, or Bull Armory axes. This is purely budget, and the clones will be priced accordingly. I will also be placing my stock Glock 19 slide on all the frames, and using a stock Glock magazine. And I'll be doing test fits with my Safariland holster made for a Glock 17. First frame will be the SCT. High-end quality doesn't have to mean high-end price. SCT stands for St. Croix Tactical, and they're located in Hudson, Wisconsin. The French pronunciation would be Sainte Croix. The SCT 19 has stainless steel over-molded rails and maintains the 3 frame pins, which can be fairly important because you won't know what you have until you don't have it anymore. More on that later. The SCT frame boasts a lot of benefits, which include a metric ton of angles and serrations, as you can see. It also has a flared magwell, thumb accelerator pad, and very aggressive texturing. It also has a 1913 pick rail instead of the standard Glock rail, but it maintains its Glock factory grip angle, which is about 22 degrees. And I've seen the current price at about $90, and that's for a complete frame, not counting tax or shipping. They also come in black, flat dark earth, olive drab green, and sniper gray. My personal take is that the grip is chunky, and this is the only frame that I do not own. Now this is my friend's gun. He went and upgraded everything. I don't know what's in there. I can only speculate. But it feels good. But even he said that it feels pretty large in the hand. Fancy though. Here's that undercut. The undercut is really nice though. This is a little jagged. And it feels beefy. It's got that mag release here. It will not fit. Probably because of this guy. It looks good though. And this is what it looks like all built up. Again, this is my friend's. He has an aftermarket slide, red dot, barrel, internals. It's it. It's a nice looking gun. And next up is the Combat Armory frame, designated as the CA19. They are located in Commerce Township, Michigan. This entire gun is on their website right now for $250, which is phenomenal for a complete gun, and it even comes with a magazine. But there are also promos going on to make their price even lower. A shipped frame itself sells for $40, and it includes a locking block. Features include 3 frame pins, embedded stainless steel rails, glass nylon reinforced polymer, medium aggressive textured grip, high trigger guard undercut, scalped magazine release well, and a forward landing pad for your finger. Take a look at that. Now I got this because I'm a smooth grip kind of guy, and the texture is just aggressive enough for me. This mag release does feel a little weak, a little spongy, but I'll test that out over time, and I'll replace the spring if it's an issue. This grip angle feels more 1911 than Glock, 1911 being 18 degrees and Glock being 22 degrees. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what degree it is, but maybe someone knows and can tell me below. And they only come in black for now. I like it. It looks good. Feels good. Now let's change slides. Okay. This is the slide that Combat Armory sends with their complete guns. It's rather handsome, and it fits the frame really well. Very nice. I didn't know what to expect when I got it, but seeing it in person, it really is nice. Now, the only issue that I can see, and this is for some, is that there's no optic cut. There's no RMR cut on top, which is not a huge deal. But I can imagine if they provide that cut, that'll be pretty good for them and for you. But again, this is designated the CA19. Comes complete like this, and with the magazine. And it even fits the holster. Next, we have the Grit Grips frame, designated as the 19G3. Comes in a box just like this. Behind every great build is a grit grip. Came with a sticker. Hey, we're all about stickers nowadays, right? Combat Armory didn't give a sticker, and you know, the next one I have coming up usually gives stickers, but I've never gotten one in quite some time. So maybe it's being intercepted somehow. Grit Grip is located in North Charleston, South Carolina. Man, that looks good. The shipped frames are $70, and it will cost an extra $17 for a Grit Grip locking block. There are complete frames available for $115 with their own parts kit, and $155 for a frame with Glock internals. They did have a promo, and I got mine for $107, non-OEM, after taxes and shipping, but not including FFL fees. They come in black, flat dark earth, olive drab green, and gray. So this is the black. This is the green. Features include exceptional frame ergonomics with an 18-degree grip angle, just like a 1911, versus OEM Glock being 22 degrees. Has nickel-plated rails molded into the frame, a full 360-degree wrap proprietary directional grip texture for enhanced control and recoil management with a custom stippled look. Now on the black, to me, looks like a bunch of dots, and they feel great. Wraps the hand, wraps that grip perfectly. However, with the green one, you can see it now, right? They look like they're arrows. I think the black ones are too. It's just probably harder on my eye. Can you see arrows? It's like an optical illusion, isn't it? It's pretty hot though, I gotta say. Has an angled, textured accelerator pad. It is angled. It does stick out ever so slightly. Extended beaver tail. An extreme double undercut trigger guard for a higher grip. And it is the only one of all these clone frames that has a Gen 4 reversible magazine catch. You can tell, right? It's the big Gen 4 one. And reversible. Molded from high-strength glass reinforced polymer. Designed and manufactured in the USA. Pretty much like all the others, I believe. Now, my personal take. I like it a lot. I was signed up to be notified when it got released, but I never got the email. But I kept track of it, and I picked up one when I could. It's got that smooth grip that I said I like. And it's grippy without being too rough. The great news is that it's not overly aggressive, so your clothes don't get damaged. I know with some of the other grips, right? It rasps and snags and all that stuff. Now this shipped to me after 3 days of ordering it, but it actually took quite a while to get to me since USPS decided to show it off around the country. So I blame that 2A supporting mail carrier who just had to show it off to his family and friends before delivering to me. Let's see how the green looks. And there you have it. And lastly, we have the infamous Palmetto State Dagger. What does that mean, infamous? Infamous is when you're more than famous. This dagger is not just famous, it's infamous. PSA is from Columbia, South Carolina, and they have been dominating the market lately with their dagger and their many, many options. Their compact frame comes in more than 15 colors and starts at $50 for a complete frame. And there are even deals to be had. In one of my other videos, I talk about how I got the cheapest dagger ever. And if that wasn't enough, PSA also has 9 slide options, which is ridiculous. Although the PSA Dagger uses many interchangeable parts with a Gen 3, Gen 4 Glock G19, the shape of the grip is notably different. Now, I searched online for the grip angle, and someone measured and said it was about 20 degrees, which is right between the 18 degree 1911 and the 22 degree Glock. 20 degrees just might be the sweet spot for the masses, and this gun is definitely marketed to the masses. The frame has a subtle but grippy laser etched stipple texturing on the front, back, and sides of the grip, and an undercut trigger guard that allows a high purchase. The compact frame also incorporates a nice beaver tail. And this is where we hang up. It's tight, it'll click. Woo, it's this guy. Whew. Now, this was the first clone that I bought, and I really like it. However, I have large hands, and that single finger nub really bugged me. So I did something about it in the video here. Now, some would call this frame perfect, and it's really close, especially with a great warranty and lightning fast response times. But there are a few things that people don't like about it, and mainly that's these pins. The dagger with all the frame colors and slide options. Hey, and remember, when you put a frame and a slide together, it's called a build. But these pins aren't just any pins, they're roll pins. Look at the light through it. Roll pin. And that means you'll need to get a bigger purse if you want to remove them. It also means your aftermarket colored pins won't work. So what do? You take paint and you drip them on the pins like any normal person. And then there's a hinge trigger. Never been a problem for me. This is my trigger. But for some it's an issue. And the cheapest way to resolve that is to drop a Glock-like trigger for $10 or so. If you watch what I did in my other video, I did some work, which I like. That worked for me. I did get into some issues though, so watch the video if you can. Some people will also say that the mag release is tight, but I think they're used to Gen 4s and 5s because this is what I remember of a Gen 3. Now it's your turn. Comment below on what you think is the best Glock clone. Again, I don't promote any of these videos on my main page, so bang those like and subscribe buttons for me. It's free and would really help me out. And if you want to see any of the videos I mentioned, click right over there. Thanks again for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.